All right, welcome back. This is the second tutorial that I record about this because the first one was so damn good and it had no audio. So I'm gonna have to repeat this again. Oops. All right, I'm just gonna delete all of this stuff. This tutorial is for you to learn how to add objects into Blender. I'm gonna show you how to find it, like where they are, and probably modify some of them. I know, I work with some of them. Some of them I just rarely use them or barely use them. So here we go. All right, it's a few ways to do stuff in Blender. Always, there's like a more than an option to do, to do something. So the most obvious here is go to the menu, add. There you go. The object is right here, all of them. The other will be like Shift A, and you can add an object with Shift A. And the other option will be like, all right, I want to add a cube, but for some reason I cannot access the keyword and I cannot click anything. So I'm just gonna, or I'm gonna be fancy here. Press F3, press cube, and select cube. Boom. You can search anything here, any object, and it's gonna, for you, like armature right there, a camera, point, light, or whatever point. There you go, something like that. Click it. There it is. All right, that's how you do it. All right, so I'm going to show you now how to modify some of them and what you should do and what you should not do. All right, so let me go, and I'm going to select the sphere just for the purpose of the tutorial. But yeah, let's go to the sphere. Right away, we see this little menu right here. You can modify, add segments, the rings, the radius, all this kind of stuff, the alignment, like, of the object, where you want it to be aligned to. Like the world will be like regular, aligned to the world location. But if you say like, I want it to be aligned to the view, select view, and it's going to align right to the view. So, yep, that's how you do it. All right, but the thing is, if you click outside, just click, it's going to go. Boom, it's gone. If you don't do anything else, any other action, you press F9, you can bring it back, okay? But if you select the sphere or any other object and move a little bit, or even rotate a little bit, that's it. You cannot bring it back with F9. Now you can actually bring back just the last action that you did, that it was rotate, okay? Just have that in mind. That's something to know. It's a Blender thing. It's a little destructive, but it's a Blender thing. All right, you have all the meshes right here, all the primitives, you have all the curves, surfaces, metable, text, volume. I don't use any of that. Grease pencil is pretty awesome. I don't use it. And armature, to rig in, do that kind of stuff. Lattice object, empties all around right here. Empties are pretty useful to like, to parent it to other objects and stuff like that, to move around stuff. Images to bring, obviously reference or background. Lights, all of them, I'm going to show you a little bit about that. Light probes, camera, speaker, never used this before. Force field, like, physics and stuff like that, to simulate stuff. All right, so let's go with, curve. I'm going to show you curve. Just a little bit about it, and obviously, not obviously, but you can see this little icon right there. It's to modify the curve, and I can go to the what I usually do. Just go over here, go to bevel, because I use the curves, to create cables and stuff like that. They're pretty useful. And if you go to edit mode, I can change here to object to edit mode. Go to tab, press that. You can select those 2 points, right click, subdivide, and you can add as many cuts as you need. And the handles can be visible only if you select them. So if you want to see it all the time, you can just go over here to overlays, go to handles, and select all. And now they're going to be visible all the time, even if they're not selected. All right. So that's a neat trick for you to learn. There's a video in my channel about curves, so I recommend for you to check that out. It's pretty cool. All right, we have surfaces. I rarely use any of these, but they're pretty useful. So I will recommend for you to just play around with this kind of stuff. Meta ball. I'm going to show you what this is. This is actually insane for blocking stuff. This is pretty cool. So I'm going to go to edit mode, tab, and I'm going to select this one right here. I'm going to select it and I'm going to duplicate it. Look what's happening here. You see that I have selected the green one, right? The green one, the green circle, is basically when they intersect, they're going to merge. Okay? Gonna put like a new shape. And if I keep doing that, it's going to keep, merging and doing this thing. You know what I mean? But if you scale the green one, it's going to increase the range. The range for merging, stuff like that. The red one, if you scale it, is basically going to change. It's scaling the object itself. Okay, just have that in mind. There you go, and something like that. It's actually pretty cool, like to blocking shapes. If you're doing I think I did this once for like a blocking like a column, like a stone column or something like that, and I needed like a base to start with. So this will be like a cool object for you to like experiment, because it has some really interesting use for it. So if you get out of edit mode, you're like, okay, I think I want to use this in a sculpt. You can just right click, go to convert, select mesh, and now you can use this to to sculpt with, to start with. Right, that's metables right there. Go to text. Right here, you can press tab to edit or select your edit mode, and you can just blenders. And I usually go to just go to straight to extrude right here, to add some depth to it. You can change the resolution. I'll put the wireframe. You can see in the resolution it has 12 right now, but you can add as many as you need. And there's a bunch of other options here that I recommend for you to play with, like fonts. You can click this and find the font that you have, and add it. All right. And volumes, I rarely use any of these. Grease pencil, like I said, just play with that. And most of this other stuff, like I usually go, like my go-to will be like lights and stuff like that, or objects, curves and stuff like that. The regular stuff that I use. All right, let's create a plane, and I'm gonna put a bunch of objects here. And okay, this one right there, and I'm gonna add a sun. Kind of something like that. Gonna render, and we're like, okay, let's go with 5. That 5 is actually way too much. Let's go to 3, something like that. If you rotate it, you're gonna see that immediately. And you can see the effect of shadows and stuff like that. Change position of the sun. That stuff right here. There's some add-ons in Blender that have for this kind of stuff. So yeah, that's how you do it. If I delete that, I can add another. Let's go to area and increase here. That's what it does. Let's go to spot, and spot let's go with something like that. And I'm gonna increase to 500. I'll show you a little bit more. And the spot size and the blend of the spotlight. And I'm gonna delete that one so you can see it better. What's up? You can just rotate it, change position. And I'm gonna scale it out a little bit just to have, there you go, something like that. And I'm gonna go with something like that. So that's how you will use it. And all right, let's go keep moving. So And we have, oh, let's go to camera here real quick because I love this feature that I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to add a camera right here. And let's say that you have an object. There you go. And I'm going to select the camera. And go to the top here real quick. I'm going to duplicate this one here. So this let's say that you have a few cameras in a scene or whatever, and you're like, okay, which one is the camera that is active right now? There's a few ways to know that, right? That triangle right there, triangle, is telling you which one is active, like the solid triangle and the empty triangle. This is the active, not active. If you go to the outliner, you can see that this one right here is highlighted. This one is not. But if you select it, it's going to change and it's going to put the active on that one. But if you want this one, you can just press Ctrl and 0 in the numpad and it's going to make it active. All right. And what if you want to pose the camera real quick without rotating or moving it? Just press N, go to view, select camera to view, and now you can just move the camera, you know, and you can just place it wherever you want without any issues. It's just like moving the viewport. You know, there you go. Remember, once you're done, deactivate it. Otherwise, it's gonna keep moving that, and you're gonna lose your angle. All right. So that's actually pretty neat. And there's a bunch of other options that for any of those objects that I will recommend for you. Please do your homework. You know, do some, just add some stuff, mess around, make some mistakes, fix it, search about how to fix it. You know, things like that. That's how you actually learn a little bit more. Right? So go wild and hit like and share the video. All right. See you in the next one. Bye bye.